No, this is Gmail, no. So I logged into browser only. So I think I need to log out and log in again. Hello everyone. Just checking, am I audible?
Yes,
And my screen is also visible. You guys can see the whiteboard.
yes, yes.
Cool. Let's wait for more time. Let other people also join.
Sir, will you be our regular teacher?
Yeah, I will be your regular teacher.
Sir, what will you teach today?
Today I am planning to teach time complexity.
Sir, our oops is not clear.
Yeah, I got to know that your oops is also pending. So and it is not clear maybe. So the thing is that time complexity and the things, the topics which I will cover in next lectures are like independent of oops. So we will do oops after like completing the major data structure part.
Okay, sir, then no issue.
Yeah. So you don't require that much of oops concept to learn whatever I will teach.
We start OOPS concept from beginning.
Okay, yeah, that we'll see. Like I'll ask you guys what all you have learned and all. So you guys can tell me and any question, anything, if you have any doubt or anything. So we will I'll take those things as well. So don't worry, I am here with you. I will make you understand everything. So yeah, that is on me. But yeah, you guys also need to promise me just one simple thing. I'll ask if like once everybody comes.
So unless other people comes and join the meeting, and till then you can share us some tips or resources in which we can practice our code to improve ourselves.
Which part specifically? Which part you want to practice or improve, and you have problem or anything, so that
Sir,
I can give you right answer.
sir, logical reasoning, or like when we get a question, so how to approach the question, because you know the rules and regulations, but approaching how to start to like how we can go for starting a problem, what is the first line should we code, so this is the approach.
Yeah. So the like to get like make it better for you, so you need to start from very starting, like very easiness. You start from very easy level question in lead code. You guys must know lead code. And so very important thing is do practice as much as you can. If you do practice, even if you don't know the question, so first try to attempt the question. So you know the lead code, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you know lead code, so try to attempt the question, try for the easy level. You can filter by easy difficulty level, and in that you like solve it whatever way if you can. And if even if you are stuck, you go to the discussion part and read what people have written there. And mostly the discussion you go for if you, like if you know some part of solution, like either it's a whatever time it takes or whatever thing it is, like if your code is accepted, even after that also you go to discussion, because you will learn more if you go to discussion, and there will be people who have submitted even better answers than you. But before going into that also, if you are stuck even to solve the problem, just to make it acceptable also, then you need to maybe learn the concept from the Geeks for Geeks. You know Geeks for Geeks also, right? So learn the
Yes.
concept from Geeks for Geeks. Try to, maybe if you are stuck, really stuck, and you don't know what to do, search for the problem over the internet. You will get the answer. So it is not that the problems are not available, their solutions are not available. Obviously, the competitions and things which are designed, you won't get this direct answer. But mostly start from easy, you will get all of the answers. So start with that and do as much practice as you can.
Sir, the thing is like the questions we get in our CC na, I got to solve that questions very easily, and in hacker rank also and the questions which are available to us, that seems too easy to solve.
Mhm.
But the questions that we face, that I face in the mock test,
Go one by one, Ashif. Like you go, start from easy to medium to difficult, hard level. You will get it, and you need to practice. So there are multiple options available, like in lead code, and there are other like one educative.io. So there are multiple methods which people are teaching. लेकिन अभी उसमें मत जाओ. You like practice whatever you are doing, और उनको थोड़ा एक उसमें ना you try to figure out a kind of relativity between different solutions, right? So it is 9 of 5. Generally, how many people joins? I don't know. Like this is for me first time.
24.
24, but
Yes,
I
sir,
see
18.
only 18 people.
Yes, sir. I also. Good evening, sir.
Okay, एक दो मिनट और वेट करते हैं.
Hello.
Yeah,
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening.
Sir, this is today's session is started from today, or it's already started from last 2 days?
It will start from today. You don't need anything from previous session and all.
Today's topic,
Topic is time complexity.
time complexity. It means it is DSA, na?
DSA.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, so until other people do it, time complexity is not only DSA. Yeah, I'll explain you. It comes even like in everything, everywhere you use your
Means
computer.
it's under the topic of DSA only, na? I
Yeah,
mean
yeah.
to say that it's
If you
not
see the
Python
curriculum,
or
yeah, it is under the
Yeah.
topic of DSA.
DSA. Okay, thank you, sir.
Actually, we were doing object orientation.
Programming.
Yeah, programming, but polymorphism was not covered. So just wanted to let you know.
Yeah, okay. So let me start since other people are here. So I'll ask your question about OOPS also. No problem in that. I see 17 people. So I'll start from my intro first until other people also joins. So hey guys, I am Anand Didwania. I am like currently working with Microsoft, and I love coding. I love teaching. I love to spend time with students to learn what the problem they are facing and try to give them very easy solutions so that they can understand everything. And I also done my masters from IIT Madras, and yeah,
Wow.
so that's pretty much from my side, but little bit of more details so that you guys can also connect with me.
Sir,
So the thing
currently
is
you are
that
working in Microsoft.
yeah,
Where, Hyderabad or Noida?
in Bangalore actually.
Uh,
Yeah.
I think Microsoft office is only to Hyderabad and Noida only. I know.
No, there is a Bangalore office also. There are two offices in Bangalore actually. IDC office. Noida is just opened like 1 year back. Bangalore is there from last 10 years, and I am here from last 6 years.
Okay.
ठीक है, तो like even yeah, go ahead.
सर एक साथ दो काम ऐसा पॉसिबल है क्या?
चलो ये सब अपन ना बाद में करते हैं. ठीक है, अभी टॉपिक पे फोकस करते हैं. So the thing is that okay, so before coming to MTech, I also did BTech from Rajasthan Technical University, and I didn't know much about whatever I have done. I got the degree, but I didn't know much. So then I also started to learn coding, and I was very bad in that. So just
BTech
so
which
that you guys can also connect with me, just I told you. So coding I also started from very beginning, from very scratch, and that's why I also love to explain it in very easy terms, and so that you guys can like you will learn. Like I can promise you that you will learn in a very good manner, but you guys also need to promise me. I'll tell you now. So you guys need to promise me your hard work, your dedication towards learning. So that's all you guys have to do. But yeah, rest all it's up to me. Cool.
So BTech in which computer science or
Computer science. Everything is in computer science. Okay, and any questions, anything
How
you
we can connect you?
You can connect me in the class, you can connect me on LinkedIn, you can connect me on different platforms, same name everywhere, you can find out.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Can't we have your number?
नंबर भी ले सकते हो, ऐसी कोई दिक्कत नहीं है.
तो चैट में टाइप कर दीजिए.
1 second. So let's remove this. I hope it is clear.
Just a minute.
Okay, let's start the topic also. Cool. So tell me one thing, guys, that so whenever we think about planning, like we think about getting a new laptop or new machine for us, what all things we search in that? I'll just stop my video because it is
Processor.
taking more bandwidth. Yeah.
Feature.
Feature.
Processor,
What is
RAM,
feature?
SSD or hard disk.
Okay, that is storage, I would say.
RAM, processor,
Storage,
Specs.
RAM
Specification.
and processor.
screen size.
graphic card,
Graphics card. Screen size and all, it's very up to each person. But the main thing I would say is these things which we have written, right? Out of these three, these four, I would say these two are like dependent on like these three, I would say, are dependent on time complexity. Like let's see how. Okay, so everything is like time complexity used in all of the places over all our computer engineering. ठीक है, तो इसमें कैसा हेल्प होता है कि if let's say processor is 1 gigahertz or let's say 5 gigahertz, so how it helps? 5 gigahertz will speed up overall process, right? And it will make it all of the program will run very easily. Okay, so basically time complexity is what, let me tell you first the all exact definition of time complexity. So the definition is, you guys know algorithm, right? What is algorithm?
Yes.
Algorithm पता है ना? हाँ. How to hide this? ठीक है, so algorithm, if you know, so the definition of time complexity is how much time it takes to run the algo. ठीक है, तो एक algorithm, like how much time it takes to run your algorithm, whatever algorithm you have written, how much time it takes to run. It actually it does not depend on these things. Why? because if somebody has a better processor, for him it will take very lesser time. Okay, but for definition of time complexity, we have never written that how much time it takes for the program to run. The program to run makes it a different words, but the algorithm to run makes it different words. Okay, so I'll tell you the difference.
Sir, algorithm is a set of code, right?
Algorithm is basically the set of steps, in very easy words, to define your overall logic behind writing the code. Algorithm is not the code. Algorithm is the set of steps which you can write even in your English language. Okay, that these are my steps which I will follow to write this program. That is algorithm.
Okay.
Now to run that algorithm, how much time it takes? That is time complexity. And we represent time complexity by T of n. Okay, so there is something called space complexity also, which we will learn in tomorrow's class. Basically, these two are the main things. Okay, so I'll tell you where these comes into picture, because just now I told you that these are not dependent on these four things, right? These four things are independent. Why? I'll give you the example also for that. Why? Hello, any question, anything? Okay. So yeah, so in interviews directly people will ask you what is time complexity, what, like, note the definition for, let's say, for a given algorithm, what is the time complexity for that algorithm, and what is the space complexity for that algorithm. So that only it will ask in the interview. Like if you give interview of Google, Microsoft, anything, the time complexity is the very, very, very basic thing, and it is very important. So you really have to learn today's lesson, because afterwards, even we write a small program, we will see how much time complexity in there for that program. ठीक है? So आज तो मतलब सीखना ही है. तो अभी आते हैं, what is like where was, okay. So let's suppose let me take some example of few people's name. One is Ankit Bist and the other one is Ashif. Okay, so let's suppose Ashif has written some code. Okay, and Ankit also has written some algorithm. I won't say the code. Algorithm Ankit has also written. So both of these algorithm will take some time to run. So let's say that is the time, but we need to compare which one is better. Even in interviews, like there are 100 people sitting for the interview. Ashif also has written some code. Ankit also has written some code. Which one is better? How the interviewer will decide that which one is better out of these? So that is decided by time complexity and space complexity. Okay, you got that point? How it is decided, what it is, we will learn. What is this T? What is this N? Like T and L, T and S are representing time and space. But what is this N that we will learn?
Number.
So, okay, if you know it is better, but I will tell you. So yeah, now we know that, okay, it is important to compare two different algorithms. But now the main question comes. So I'll give you one example of an algorithm also. You guys know searching?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so searching basically means, if let's say you have an array, you know array, right?
Yes, sir. List.
Array, list, or anything, you know. So you need to search. Let's suppose you have an array of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you need to search 1. How do you do that?
Slicing.
So there are multiple ways. One is called as linear search. If you know, you just start from
And
first
binary
index
search.
of the array. If the element is found, then you return that element. If it is not found, you go to next element and you search there. Okay,
Yes, sir.
you guys are with me? So this is called searching, linear search. Okay, So this is linear search. You are going line by line, like every index by index, you are searching all of the element until whatever you wanted to find, that is found. Okay, so that is linear search. So
And
what
for the
happens?
binary?
I'll come to the binary also. What happens in linear search? So how much time it will take is, let's say if we wanted to search one, how much time it will take? Only one time, like only one step we need to like execute. We just need to compare it with the first indexed element. Okay, got it right?
Yes.
And let's suppose we are searching for 5, then how much time it will take? It
5
will
times.
run 5 times. Okay, and let's suppose there are n numbers. N means it is a variable. N doesn't mean anything. N is a variable. So it can be 10 also, it can be 100 also, it can be anything. It can be up to 1,000 lakhs, 1 lakh crore, anything. Okay, so n is a number. If let's suppose the number is n and we want to search in that, so how much time it will take?
N.
N time. Okay, so what is happening here? Let me tell you what is happening here. So in general, you can say, we say the time complexity in this case would be, we represent by this. You got why it is n. Okay, so we represent it by this. So we can say that time complexity of linear search is order of n. Okay, why this is O is coming, what it is, I will tell you. But this is the term, it is called as order of n because it is taking n time. Got it?
Yes.
But there may be multiple ways to find that number. So what the multiple ways can be? Let's say one option can be, if suppose somebody is searching one number and it is checking even. Okay, let's suppose. So you guys know loops and all, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what is happening? Let's suppose you guys are searching at first place. You are at index 0 and you are searching all the numbers. Okay, you are checking with all the numbers even at the place of 0 index only. So maybe searching is not the okay. So okay, I'll switch to binary search. Do you guys know what is binary search? What is the algorithm of that?
No, sir.
Okay, so binary search basically what it does, that you given an array. So okay, so let's understand binary search first. You have an array 1, 2, and you need to search some number which is let's say some k. You need to search in this. How to do a binary search? So what we do in binary search, we will search from 0 to n by 2, and then we will search from n by 2 plus 1 to n. Okay, so we will say, so for binary search the numbers needs to be sorted. So that is only one limitation. Otherwise the binary search is always better. People can use binary search all the time. Why to go for linear search? Okay, so the limitation is that the array needs to be sorted. If it is given that the array is sorted, first you need to think of binary search. Always you will find the right optimal solution. Okay, so what is happening here is that binary search will check in the middle. If the number k, let's suppose we are searching 10 here. K is the variable, but the actual number is 10. Let's suppose we are searching 10. So binary search will check that if the number is smaller or greater. So this fellow will tell that okay, it is not here in this complete list. So we can avoid all these things, right? The 10 will not be here because just now we have checked from, we will ask for that if 10 is greater than you or smaller than you. 4 will say that it is greater than me. So you don't need to search over here. You can directly go to these people. Out of these people, you will find your answer. So by this process, you will find your answer. Let's suppose in your first iteration, I is equal to 0. You needed to run this algorithm 2 times. So basically, you just ask if it is correct or not correct. 1 time only. It is not 2 times. It is single time only. So now what happens? Next time, your I was here 0 to n. Now it becomes n by 2 to n by 2 plus 1 to n. Okay.
Sir,
I
one,
think-
once again, sir.
Yeah, go ahead. Any?
Sir, can you repeat it once again?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Got it. So basically, binary search is another mechanism to search any number. Okay, you guys know this much. The other method, what I was telling about binary search, that it will take, like you can say that it will like you don't have to go to the algorithm exactly. I was telling you that what exactly binary search is. We will learn it later. Okay. So today we were learning about time complexity only. So time complexity basically means that the binary search time it takes. So what is happening? First, we will searching out of n number. Then we are searching in n by 2 number. Okay. I will make it simple just to understand time complexity today. Okay. So then in third step, we were searching for n by 2 by 2, which is basically n by 4, up to until we reach 1. Okay, that means we have found the number. That is basically binary search. So what is happening here? Do you guys know what is log?
No, sir.
Log, anybody?
Sorry, maths log.
Yeah, maths log.
No, sir.
Yes,
You
sir.
don't know?
We have been taught in school.
Yeah, you must have learned it in school. Logarithm only, yes.
Sir, actually, we are from bio, so we don't know about log. Can you, sir, tell us now?
Okay, I will tell you very simple definition of log. So log of, let's say, suppose some number is given. Let's suppose we have a to the power b is equal to c. So we can say the same equation will be
B into log A.
no. It will be log c is equal to b, where log base a. Okay. What? So I'll give you one example. Let's suppose a is equal to 2, b is equal to 3, and so what will be 2 to the power 3 from this equation? 8. So that means c will become 8. So let's convert in this equation what we are telling from this equation, that log, what is a? 2, right? Here you can see. You can see that, right?
Yes.
Log base a, c is 8, would be 3. So that is basic formula of logarithm. So what is happening here is that, so this is simple power function. Okay. If you do 2 into 2 into 2, so that will be 8, right? And also if you say log of 8 would be whatever the power of 2 you are doing, or whatever number you are calculating, so that would be 3. So this is base 2. So in computer, this is generally base 2 only. So I will not write it every time. because this is base, most of the time it is base 2 only. Sometimes it is base 10 also, but like it is mostly 90% of the time it is base 2, so I will not write it. It is basically simply you can say log 8 is equal to 3. Got it? Up till with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now let's understand the same thing in our terms. Why, how we will use it? So we will say let's say
Sir, by this way, log 16 will be equal to 4.
yes, you are absolutely correct. So what is happening? 2 to the power 0 is 1. 2 to the power 1 is equal to 2. Similarly, 2 to the power 2 is equal to 4. You got what I'm trying to do here, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this will go up to, let's suppose, 2 to the power of some number which is n. Why I did 2 to the power? So in binary search, I told you we are doing, every time we are doing half, 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 right? We were n, then we did n by 2, then n by 4, like this. So similarly, in this number also, if I take one more example, 2 to the power 3 is 8. If we go in this direction, we are going half, 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 right? 8 by 2 is 4, 4 by 2 is 2, and supposedly 2 by 2 is 1. Okay. So what is happening here is basically this number, the time complexity of running this is basically, so log of 8 is what is coming? 3. If I'm running an algorithm for number 8 in binary search, how much time it will run? Because every time it is dividing by 2. So 8 divided by 2 in first iteration, it will be 4. In the second, it will be 4 by 2, which will be 2. And then it will be in the third, what it will be?
1.
1.
2 by 2, which is 1. So how much time it is running? 1 time, 2 time, 3 time. Got it? So
Yes.
if the n is 8, the algorithm is running 3 times. If the n is 16, how much time it will run?
6. No.
4
time. 4 time. 4 time.
4 times. Similarly, if the n is n, then
N time.
N time.
it will be
Log n.
log n
Log,
time.
log N time.
Okay. Because log of 16 is 4. Just now we have discussed it. Log of 8 is 3. Similarly, if it is n, so it will learn for log n time. Now make it, so that was just to give you example how the time complexity is coming into picture. Now make it even more simple for you guys. What we will do is, okay, so that was one example of searching. You don't know binary search, so it was maybe more little difficult for you to understand. So I will make it more simple. Okay. Before that, let's suppose I write a program which is saying print hello. Okay. So you guys tell me how much time it will run. How many times this program will run?
1 time.
1 time.
1 time. Correct. Okay. So this will run 1 time. So there is some time complexity in this as well. Okay. what it is? It is represented as order of 1. Why? Let's suppose we have a program which is, so this was first program. Now the second program would be print hello, and then let's say I say print word. Now how much time this will run?
3
Two.
times.
2
Why
times.
3? No, that is a different program. So up till now this is a different program. This is a
Okay.
new program.
2 times.
2 times.
Yeah, this statement will run 1 time. This also will run 1 time. So total it will be 2 times. So we say order of 2. So let's suppose something is running 3 times. So we will say order of 3. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So now all of this I don't say it order of 1, 2, 3, and even in industry it is not told as 1, 2, 3. It is told as order of 1. Why? So the thing is, if you can determine the number of steps, if you already know that okay, my program will run up to this many number of time, whether it is 1, 2, 10, 100, 200, 2000, whatever, if you know that, that is represented because that is a constant. Okay, so that is a constant number, it is not a variable. So you say it order of 1. Okay, it doesn't make sense to say it order of 2, 3, 4. We whatever, if the time is taking constant time, it will called as order of 1. So that is simple. Maybe we will come even more towards it. So the second thing, let's suppose I give another program, which is I run a loop. I say I equal to 0. Is it visible for you?
Yes.
sir.
I think it should be a little thicker.
Okay. I is equal to 0. And we run a loop while I less than equal to, let's say I do 5 and I say print I and I plus equal to 1. Do you guys know this program?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that is great. So you can tell me how much time it will take to run, like how many steps are there which will run?
5.
5, sir.
5. So okay, this statement will run how many times?
5 times.
This will basically run 6 times.
6 times.
And this will run
5 times.
actually 6 times because it's a equal to.
Yeah.
If it is only less than, then it is 5 times. This
Equal.
is 6 times. Okay. Now let's suppose there is another program I will tell you. So the time complexity of this would be what?
6.
T1 would be what?
Order of 6.
Order of 6.
Order of 1.
Order of 1. Which is correct out of these?
Order of 1.
Order of 1, because we can, before even executing, we can tell that okay, statements are 5. This is fixed number. We will say it order of 1. Right?
Right.
Okay. The other program is,
Sir, can you repeat that again?
which one? Why it is 6 to 1?
Yes, that's one.
Yeah, because even before executing, we know that okay, what are the number of steps, number of statements which will run in this program.
Yes.
Okay, we can
Sir,
determine it. This is a constant number, so that means it is order of 1.
Yes.
So the next is,
Sir,
excuse
suppose we
excuse me,
have
sir.
order of 100, then only the time complexity of order
order
of
of 1.
Okay, fine.
सर
Okay.
सर एक मिनट सर, सॉरी, बट हमने यहाँ पे while में यूज किया तो वो 6 स्टेप हो गया.
हाँ, कुछ भी
While
करो,
line
चाहे
में.
while में करो, even if you use in while, you know the
मगर-
number is fixed.
ओके, नंबर हमारा 6 स्टेप हो गया ना सर. 6 बार ऐसे प्रोग्राम रन होता है तो 6 बार हो गया यहाँ पे. जो
हाँ।
अगले लाइन में प्रिंट में जो हो गया वो 6 बार हो गया. तो मगर
हाँ।
आपने टी ऑफ एन लिखा है तो वहां पे सिर्फ 6 लिखा है, वहां पे 12 लिखना चाहिए ना.
Okay, you can write 12 also. This can be
मगर
6 plus 6, 12. You are right. You are
Okay.
perfectly right. You are basically right. This is 6 plus 6, 12.
ओके ओके, तो आपने सिर्फ एक स्टेप का लिया है, दैट इज ऑर्डर ऑफ
No, no,
6.
no, no,
एक
no,
स्टेप
no.
का.
I have not taken only one step. You can write it 6 plus 6 also. Even in this program, you will write 6 plus 6. So this is order of 12. You are correct, perfectly correct. But eventually we say it is order of 1 because it is constant. So अब अगर आप इसमें actually this is not only 6 also. Even this statement will also run 6 times.
Okay.
ठीक है? So this is order of 18 actually, but eventually it is constant. अगर इसमें कोई भी वेरिएबल नहीं है, कुछ भी नहीं है, that means it is constant, so it will be order of 1.
Okay.
ठीक है?
हाँ.
Oh, yeah, now it is correct.
Sir, sorry, sir, but can you tell, sir, up to which number can we assume that number to be order of 1?
There is no given number. If you know the number, if you can determine the number, there is no limit to that.
Sir, if it is in lakhs, then also we can say it order of 1.
We say it order of 1. And
Okay, sir.
in interviews, they will not ask you what is the number, what is the limit of that, and also you just like remove your mind from that side. I'll tell you the next concept so that you will learn it better.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sir, if we add for loop in after while loop, then the range of for loop is n. Then what is the time complexity of this program?
हाँ, वही अभी next program we will see that only. So next program, okay, we have for loop because you said for I, you know Python only, right? Everybody,
Yes.
I in range, and I said. ठीक है?
Up to now, this program time complexity is O of order of 1. Then we had for loop range of n. Then what is the time complexity?
Which program? The one which I am writing or the new previous one?
Sir, previous program we had for loop.
Even if you write for loop here, so this while doesn't make any sense. The loop can be anything, even if it is for loop, but the number is 5 is fixed. So that means the time complexity order of 1. But in this program, what I have done here is the loop will run for how many time?
In time.
N time. Or n can be what?
Log
N
n.
can be
Anything.
anything. Because n is taken from user. We don't know if he can write trillion, he can write million, he can write anything, lakhs, crores, anything.
Yes.
ठीक है? तो उसका कुछ compute नहीं कर सकते. It is not deterministic. So that is why we don't know, and we say the time complexity would be because
Order.
this statement will run n times.
Order
So
of
the
n.
Tn would be order
Order
of
of n.
n. Simple है?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So before going to even थोड़ा एक और एग्जांपल लेंगे, एक चीज समझाता हूं उससे पहले. So that is what is there are two types of time complexity. One is best case, one is average case, one is worst case. ये सभी पूछ सकते, like these all comes into interview all. Okay, so it is very important topic to learn. So for this, to understand this, I will give you an example of simply you need to find the number. So the first example which we took, from 1 to 5, we need to find 1. It can be n only. Don't take 1 to 5. Let's take it 1 to n. Okay. But the number which we need to find is 1. Okay. What would be the best case time complexity? What would be the time complexity in this case? So the statement of searching, let's say we'll run a for loop if the index of this element is 1 or not, or something like that. We will run that program. What would be the time complexity if the number which we need to find is 1? How many times this statement will run?
One time.
One time only, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Order of
So,
1.
Order of 1.
Okay.
What can be the worst case?
Order of n.
Worst means okay, what would be the worst case? I will tell you. So let's suppose the number given is, we don't know what is the number given. That would be the worst case. How it would be? Let's suppose we are searching here. We are only talking about linear search. We'll start from first and we'll go up to end. So we are searching at number this. No, this is not matching. The second number, this is also not matching. We may go up to last number. If the array is from 1 to 100, the given number can be 100th number also, and we will end up searching all the n elements. So what would be the time complexity in that case?
100 of 100.
Order of 100. Order of 100.
Order of 100. And if the number is n, then
Order
of n minus 1.
order of n.
Order of n only.
Okay. And the average will be like order of n by 2. Like somewhere middle we have found. Average means best plus worst divided by 2. That is average. So in time complexity, we generally tell about worst case time complexity only. We don't care about best case time complexity. Now I will connect your thought into same process of where we all started, of buying a computer. You remember I was talking about this. So now I'll explain you. This is coming why I told you this. That let's suppose somebody has, Mr. Ashif has a very good computer. He has very good processor. He has a very good RAM and everything. And we both are playing a game together. Let's say we started playing some game. So we both are playing. So, but he's playing very fast because his computer is very good and mine is very bad. So I'm not able to find the target and hit. Okay, but he is able to find. Why? Because his processor is very fast.
Yes.
Okay, but what it is happening here, that the program is running overall fast. The time that program is running, that game is running, is lesser in Asif's computer. In my computer it is more. So that is the program running time. Okay, but the algorithm behind it will take same time. Why that's why it was important to explain all these things. So program can run any it can take, and at whatever time it can take. It depends on all these things. It depends on RAM, it depends on processor, it depends on graphics card, it depends on GPU also, if you guys know GPU. Okay, so this will run all the parallel programs and everything. Okay, but so we need to, like in interview and even in general, we need to compare whatever the algorithm, the logic behind that we need to compare. Okay, so that is why we compare in terms of time complexity. Overall program can take lesser time. Even somebody else has written bad code also, then also it will take less time because his computer is very fast. But logic of his may not be that much correct. That's why we all need to learn time complexity so that we can learn the logic. Understood?
Can you explain once again, please?
Okay. So let's suppose the game which we are playing, in which if let's suppose we are playing one game is PUBG, one game is Free Fire, okay? But in my laptop, the Free Fire is not even starting because I don't have that much processor speed. And in PUBG, in Ashif's computer, both are game are running fine. Okay, you understand that? So why it is? ठीक है, हो क्या रहा है? Basically, so both of the program, those two are program. PUBG is also a program. Free Fire is also a program. Okay, so there would be one program would be better, the other program would be not better, worse than that. So which one is better? How to tell? That we cannot decide based on how much time it is running to load, how much time it is running in one computer. That we cannot tell, because that depends on the processing speed of that computer. That depends on the hardware. If you purchase a better hardware, you can run both the programs also, right? Samajh gaye? So all to learn all of the things to compare, even in interviews. Let's suppose I told you like these two people have submitted two different answers in interview. To compare which one is better, we need to learn time complexity. So the algorithm only will be decided based on which one is better. Even in Free Fire, PUBG, it doesn't matter whatever speed, like computer you are running. Obviously, it's better for you to play, but for the invigilator to decide, for the person to decide which is better, we need to understand time complexity. समझ आया?
Yes, sir.
Are we comparing the games of an individual laptop, or we comparing between two?
We are comparing the laptops. We are not like, we are comparing the actually the logic behind the games.
Okay.
Which one is better? We are comparing that. And I am telling you that that cannot be decided based on the computer's hardware. That needs to be decided based on the time complexity.
All right.
And space complexity also, which we will learn tomorrow. All right. Okay.
So just once again to recap, what you're saying is that if we have program and the logic is not that good, but if I have a fast computer, it can still work fast, but that doesn't matter. The logic should be good. That's what you're saying, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
And for that we need like हम उसको इसके लिए हम टाइम कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी यूज करते हैं कि प्रोग्राम में कितना ये है फास्ट है
That is why
पता करने की है.
Yeah, that's why we need to learn time complexity. Okay, so now we were learning best case and worst case. So what we will do is, like what in industry what we do is we just learn worst case time complexity. Like we just need to find out how much time this program can take in worst case situation. You don't need to focus on the best case, that okay, if I need to search only one, then my program will take only one statement to run. But we need to think about what could be the worst case situation where the program will take as long as possible. So that only is we will talk from now on, like only we will talk about worst case time complexity. ठीक है?
Okay, we will learn only worst case only.
As in, you should know best case also, you should know average, you should know worst case. That I told you that it depends on the input. If some user is giving some other type of input that I want to search one, that can be the best case situation for that program to run. But overall, for that program to learn, we need to think about the worst case situation and we need to give that time complexity.
Okay.
Got it? So that is why it is also represented as this big O notation. Okay. So this is a big O, and that represents the worst case time complexity of any program. And that only is asked in interviews, or you also need to figure out, like if two algorithms are getting compared, those are compared on worst case time complexity. ठीक है? Am I going very fast, or you guys are not getting?
No, sir, it's okay.
It's okay. Okay, I will be little slower also, so that you understand now, like even better.
Sir, check chat box, sir.
Sorry.
Check chat.
Chat. Okay, you are asking me for these programs. No. In font, it will be better to us. Okay.
Not keep in public, sir.
Chat in public. No, I was asked to not keep in public. Which message you want me to read?
Sir, print hello and for I in range and print hi. What is the time complexity of that program?
So the same only. Okay. I'll tell you. Okay. Very good question. So for everybody also to learn, basically the question is, yeah. So basically the question is, print hello and then for I in range n print hi.
Sir, your can copy paste.
Okay, I mean, it needs time to you people also to observe it. That's why I write. So you guys have seen the program. I have already, like, you should know now how many steps are there and how much time it should take. So this program will run how much time?
One time.
How many time? One time. This will run how many time?
N time order of n.
Order of n. And this will run how many time?
Order of 1.
Yes.
This is inside the loop.
Okay.
Order of n.
N
Order of n.
times. Order of n.
So I will answer your question also, and I will explain you one new concept also in this question. So the total would be 1 plus n plus n. This would be order of 1 plus, can I say 2n?
Sir.
Can I say 1 plus 2n?
Yes.
Okay, n plus n is 2n.
Yes.
So in the previous example, I just told you this is order of n. This program, it is almost same program only. This one. For I in range n, print hello. It is almost same program. I told you the time complexity is order of n. Now I am telling you the time complexity is order of 1 plus 2n. आप बोलोगे सर आप खुद ही दो चीजें बोल रहे हो. So I will tell you, these are not two different things. So what is happening here? So this one we can represent as, also represent as, okay, why it is not working the touch? We can say this is n to the power 0. किसी भी चीज, like anyone has power 0, that means 1. Okay. You guys know polynomial degree? You don't know,
No.
you said biology and also, okay, no problem. We will learn in simple words. and this is some constant. Okay, because we know what it is. If we know the number, that means it is constant. Okay, so we'll say if it is kn, order of kn. कहीं कहीं पे ना my laptop is not getting the touch. Okay, so we will say this is order of kn. Got it? Now what is happening that we will take maximum of all of these. Why? The reason is, let's take an example. K can be, let's suppose K can be number 1, K can be 2, K can be 10, K can be 100, but we know it. We know that this number is what? We know the number, it is deterministic in nature. But what about number n? We don't know the number n. It can be 1 trillion also. ठीक है, अभी इतना ही लेते हैं. So in इसके सामने how much these numbers are? Very less, no? So the k is very smaller than n. Basically n can be anything because it is a variable. We are not able to decide what the number is, and the k is deterministic, it is constant. So that means k is very smaller than n. If that is the case, we can actually ignore k. It doesn't matter whatever time you are taking, it doesn't matter for the program to run. It only matters whatever the number of n is. Understand?
Yes, sir.
So kn we can represent as order of n. You got it? If condition is k is smaller than n, this is condition, then we can represent order of kn as order of n. You got it?
Sir, if k is single digit number and n is 2-digit number, then can we ignore, or if it is 3-digit number, then can we ignore?
If n is variable, that means you don't know what digit it contains. It can be 2 digits, it can be 2 digit, it can be 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever digit it can be. If it is a variable, if it is a constant, even k is also constant, then both the things are constant, then everything is constant. Then the complexity would be order of 1. Because we can determine it, it is constant.
Okay, sir. Okay, got it.
Okay. So
Yes,
now
sir.
so now why we ignored this 1 here? It was 1 plus 2n, no? So 2, I explained you why we can ignore the 2, because 2 is nothing in front of n. N can be anything. But now why we ignored 1? Because 1 is also nothing in front of n. 1 is a very simple digit 1. Even if it is 1000 also, n can be anything, no? In terms of computer, if you know how many statements, how many threads one computer program runs, it is very huge. Okay, gigahertz means 2 to the power 9. Okay, you cannot, like, it's not even I don't even 2 to the power 9 is how much?
It won't fit in calculator.
Billion.
10 to the power 9. Gigahertz is 10 to the power 9. So it's very high. Okay, so that's okay. So what I wanted to tell is that it is very high number. If it is variable, that means it can be anything. It is very high. If it is constant, that means it is small only. Whether the number is 1000, 1000, 10,000, doesn't matter. It is small only. That is very simple terms. So we can ignore all of the things and we will simply say this is order of n. So the program you told me, which is time complexity, is order of n. Got it? Yahan tak?
Yeah. If can you scroll a little right?
Okay.
Right, yeah. So you say that if n is actually a variable, we can assume that it is really greater than 1 and k, right? so that we can ignore which makes the k and 1 negligible.
Yes.
Right. So what if there are chances that it could be, like an equal range to k and 1, right?
Yes, very good question. Very, very good. Nice thinking. So what is happening here? So that is what I am coming to next also. But since you asked, I'll tell you, if k is almost equal to n, then we can say k is in terms of n only. So in that case, the time complexity would be order of n into n. Then that would be n square. Got it? If it is
Yes.
almost equal to n. If it is not equal to n, let's suppose k is also a variable. If it is a different variable, then what is the time complexity?
Kn.
Kn. And let's suppose k is a variable, and even in question, in the interview question, it is written that n is very, very smaller than k. K is also a variable, n is also a variable. Then what would be the time complexity? What we can say, order of kn would be what?
Order of k.
Order of
Order
k.
So we ignore
Because
n
now
here.
k is bigger, so we can ignore n. We can ignore n and we can take k.
Right.
Got it?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Now another concept is yeah, now we will learn how to calculate in little bit of mathematical words. So let's suppose some program is taking, okay, let me write only. For I in range n, for j in range n, and let's say I'm doing some operation print hello. What would be the time complexity?
n.
order of
So ये क्या है? Nested loop है. You guys know nested loop?
Order of n square.
n into n.
You guys know nested loop, right?
Yes, sir.
So for each I will start from 0 to n minus 1. ठीक है? For one I, this j will run also from 0 to n minus 1. When I is equal to 0, j will be all these values, which means j will run n times. So when I is equal to 0, j will run n times. Got it? Because of the nested loop. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
So I is 1, then also j will run 0 to n again. Then I is running n time, then also j will run again n times. So total how many times it will take?
N raised to
n times j will run again n time. So that would be the time complexity of this program. So that is how much? Order of
n square.
n square. ठीक है? Now एक MCQ देता हूं.
Sir, again check my chart, sir.
I will solve like the doubts in this is I, J, that, okay. I have covered this, no? Ij1 I have covered. The other one is n input, m input, print hello.
It's the range of one for loop we have n and another for loop we have m.
Okay.
In that case, what is the time complexity? How we can
So this question, no, it is almost similar in this case. So let me tell you in a very little simple words. So you are saying that this is n and the other one is m. Got it? Only this was the difference. The other so single statement we will ignore only. So the main things in time complexity matters is the loops or something called recursion. We will learn later. So we will focus only on loops for today. We'll see later recursion. So even from the next lectures, whenever we will run any program, any algorithm, we will also see what is the time complexity of that.
how many lectures to have about time complexity, sir?
No, we will not have about time complexity. We will have about some program. And we will also calculate the time complexity of that algorithm or program. Make sense?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, let me answer this. So in this case, for each I, the j value will be 0 to m. So for each I, 0 to m means for each I it will be, so finally it will be n into m. So the time complexity, just now I told you, it will be n into m. Simple. Got it?
Yes, sir, got
Excuse
it.
me, sir. Excuse me,
Yes,
sir.
yes.
यहाँ पे हम अभी जो प्रोग्राम रन किया आपने, वहां पे हमने लिखा है n into n बिकॉज फॉर रेंज i में है n टाइम्स और हाँ यहाँ पे तो हम पिछले प्रोग्राम में लिखा था n प्लस n, मतलब वो डिफरेंस क्या हुआ सर? यहाँ पे इंटू लिखा है तो पिछले प्रोग्राम में हमने प्लस डाला था, दैट इज 2n हो गया था, यहाँ पे n स्क्वायर हो गया. डिफरेंस क्या हो गया सर?
क्या हो गया था कि इन दिस केस ये वाला था जिसमें n प्लस n लिखा था.
हाँ जी, हाँ जी.
ठीक है. सो इन दिस केस देयर इज नो नेस्टिंग लूप. इवन दिस स्टेटमेंट, ये वाला जो स्टेटमेंट है, दिस स्टेटमेंट विल रन n टाइम्स and this statement will also run n times. So we are going sequentially 1 plus n plus n. लेकिन in this case, in this example, what is happening, for I value is 0 only, but again this loop will run inside it for n time. For I की single value, this loop is running n times. You got it? That is the power of nesting. Okay. And now for I is equal to 1 again, this will again run n times. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So I will tell you what is n plus n plus n plus n. Also I will tell you why it is plus and why it is multiplied. So what is happening, you need to understand these things जो यहाँ पे लिखी है ना, ये समझ जाओगे तो हो जाएगा. So I is equal to 0, j is up to n, 1 to n times. I is equal to 1 also, this is up to n. I is equal to n also, this is up to n. So we will sum all these up. So we will say n plus n plus n plus n plus, कितनी बार करेंगे? n times ही करेंगे, क्योंकि I is also up to n. Okay. So that is why all these will become n into n.
Okay.
ठीक है?
Okay, sir. Got it.
Let me give you one one more actually simple example, and then we will go for one MCQ. So one simple question is, let's suppose we have one program which has order of n cube complexity, or let's say it is taking this much time. The other one is taking order of n square. So what is the time complexity, final time complexity, final answer in this case?
Order of 5.
Order of n cubes.
Order of n cube. एक आंसर आया है order of n cube. What is
Order of n power 5.
order of n power 5?
Order of n.
Order of n. ठीक है. So just okay, we will see by example. Let's suppose n value is 1. So the n square will also 1, n cube is also 1. Let's suppose n value is 2. So this would be 4, this would be 8. ठीक है. Let's suppose n की value 10. So this would be 100 and this would be what? 1000. So this final complexity would be 1000 plus 100, which is 1100. Still okay. What will happen now? Let's suppose n value is 1000. N value itself is 1000. Because I told you the program, the number of steps can be even larger. So we need to think in larger number terms. So let's suppose the n value is 1000. So what would be n square? This would be n square. Okay. And what would be n cube? So n cube
10
would
raised
be
to 9.
10 raised to 9. Very good. So in front of this number is nothing, very small. Correct? If we sum this up, so this would be 1 would be here and almost similar. I think 1 would be here instead of this. But this is very small in front of that number. Okay. So what I wanted to tell is even the n can be even higher also, other than 1000 is very small actually. The number of statements which run in a program, the number 1000 is very small. Okay. So now what I wanted to tell is n cube is basically very higher than n square. When n is very higher, and we always talk in terms of higher numbers, higher statements only. So that means all of this we can represent as order of n cube. समझ गए? So that would be the right answer. ये वाला.
Sir,
What suppose
if we have n square 4, then answer is n square 4, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So let me quickly give you some MCQ. Can you see my screen in MCQ? Or you see the dashboard, the board, whiteboard?
So whiteboard only.
Dashboard.
Okay, you should see whiteboard only because I'm creating the MCQ. So I just confirmed that. You guys will have some time to solve this. Check it and solve it.
So the
I
arrow
think-
mark is power, right?
Yes, that is power.
Sir, I think there is something wrong with MCQ.
It says all the options are correct.
Yes. All the option is correct.
Okay, I think I need to mark the right answer before submitting. Sorry, because that was my first time, so I'll next time will take care of that. Thanks for that. So you guys got a
Wrong answer.
no, everybody got correct, no? You guys got bonus.
No, sir, wrong answer.
Oh, you said everything is correct.
But it is accepting as a wrong answer.
Yes,
It is taking
sir,
as
it
a
is
wrong
accept-
answer.
Yeah, same here.
We are supposed to select all.
Which one is
Only
correct?
then we'll get it right.
Everything is correct मतलब चारों मार्क करना था, नहीं तो गलत है.
Oh, I got it. Multiple choice हो गया वो.
मैंने
Okay,
चार mark किया था.
okay, maybe I will delete it. I got attempted 24. How many people are we? 26. Okay, there is one more MCQ posted. Just
So the
check this
first
time.
MCQ, yeah, first MCQ, instead of that arrow mark, do we use double star like for the power, or this is the right one?
Both are okay.
Both are okay, is it?
You can get anything. I hope second MCQ you don't get that option wala problem.
Yes, yes.
There is one more. Just do it quickly, guys. Second one is attempted by 21 people.
D and O.
So if the order is like a constant, the order will be 1. Hello. Hello.
Yes, yes. Hello.
Yeah, if the constant, I mean, if the order is a constant, then the order will be 1.
Yes.
If the order is a variable, then it would be a variable, right?
Yeah, depends on what variable it is. It will be
Okay.
that.
All right.
Sir, one thing.
Sorry.
Hello. Sir, give me MCQ one by one, sir. Once completed, then give me second completed, then.
Yeah, it was almost completed. 22 people done. That's when I gave the second one.
Because no MCQ not submitted, the not able to mark attendance.
Mark attendance. Attendance we'll do later.
Sir, he's saying that
No, if he miss
N-1
taking the aims.
The timer is running.
MCQ. What is?
No, if he miss any of the MCQs more than one,
N-1.
then he won't get
Suppose
attendance. That's what
For
it's for.
attendance, N-1. It's
Okay.
अब थोड़ा टाइम ज्यादा भी दे सकते हैं तो फिर वो प्रॉब्लम नहीं आएगी.
नहीं सर, वैसा नहीं है सर. मतलब आप अगर 10 से MCQ दे रहे हैं, एटलीस्ट हमको 9 खत्म ही करना है. 9 को हमको
Got it. I understood. No problem. We will take that in mind. So let us discuss these things a little bit. First one, because of my mistake, I take it on me. You guys got wrong answer. So if I can paste it here, that was the first one. So this is actually and the answer is in terms of 29%. Okay, but still I would say that 83% people selected the first option, which is x to the power 3. That is the correct answer of that. So the answer is order of x to the power 3. Why? I just now actually explained you this. Yahan pe we have learned this order of n square plus n cube. The final answer is order of n cube. Got it? Because n square is nothing in front of n cube if the number n is very high. Similarly, x is also a variable like n only. So we can ignore order of x square. We will take only order of x cube. So that is the answer. Many people are correct here. Good. And the second option, second MCQ is this. Okay, so this actually many people got it incorrect. So let me dig into it. Even if you have problem with first question, please ask me. अभी तो आ गया ना 100%. It should be correct only. So now what is this? Simple. We will divide it in smaller chunks. So this is 2 into n to the power 3. So 2 is some k, right? And n to the power 3. But this 2 is very small, so we can ignore it. So we will say only n to the power 3. Understand? Plus 4 into n square. This 4 is very small in front of n square. So we will say only n square. And now this is also some k. We can ignore constant in if there is some variable available, which is n square and n cube. So we'll just ignore it. Or you can write like 1, we say order of constant, right? Order of 1. But we can ignore it because that is nothing in front of n cube and n square. And just now we have learned n square is nothing in front of n cube. So the right answer is order of n cube. Option was A, the first option. So many people have done it order of n5. Okay, like we'll divide it into small chunks. We'll only focus on this one first. So this is nothing but 2 into n to the power n cube, 2n cube, 2 into n to the power 3 only, right? So 2 is nothing but a constant. So we'll say it is k. Constant, no. So we can ignore constant if there is some variable available. Correct? So we just write it n cube. Clear till now? Your voice is not audible, but I take it as yes. And 4n square, we will just ignore the constant here also. So this is also n square simply. And this is also constant. When we are talking about variable things, then we can ignore the constant. Okay. Now this is simply become order of n cube plus n square, similar to the first problem, which would be order of n cube. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, let me check the third one. Third one also many people got it correct, but फिर भी only 75%. This was the third problem. Okay, now let's think on this. This is what n square, n cube, sorry. Okay, so this is order of n cube plus what is this exactly? 10 to the power 3 is how much? 1000.
1000.
Yes.
But I told you guys the number can be anything. If it is constant, the number, even if it is like million number also, since this is constant number, we can ignore it. So we will just say order of n cube. Correct?
Yes.
Everybody clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now tell me another question which I will ask you here only, which is what would be time complexity of, so this is multiplication n square. What would be time complexity of this one?
N to the power of 5.
N to the power 5. So, you know, when we multiply, we will just sum the power and we get the right answer. Right? ये समझ में आया सबको? So I will explain you even simple words why we cannot ignore n square this time. Until now I was saying that if n cube is there, you can ignore n square. But now we cannot ignore. Let's take the same example which we have taken earlier also. Let's suppose if n is 2, so this number would be 8 and this would be 4, but the multiplication would be what?
32.
32.
32.
Okay. This is 2 to the power 5. 32 is 2 to the power 5, no?
Yes.
Let's suppose the n is, so this time, okay, let's take a bigger number because I always talk about bigger number. Let's take a bigger number. Let's take n is equal to 1000. So this n cube would be some 1000 into 3, 1000 ki power 3. Then this would be 1000 to the power 2. But this time it is multiplication. It is not sum. It is multiplication. If you multiply this, it would be 1000 to the power 5. We need to write 1005 times to get this number. You got it? So if it is multiplication, the power of compounding, so that means it will be sum up. We need to sum up these two to get the final answer. Okay. Understood? So let's take one MCQ this time. I
Sir,
want at least, yeah, question.
Can you explain once again order of n power 5?
Okay. So if it is multiplication, that means the second power is also taking place in the calculation of overall time complexity. Why? Because let's suppose if n is equal to 2, what would be n cube? 8. N square, that it would be 4. And overall, if we multiply this, earlier we used to sum up. If we sum up, it is only 12, which is also near to 8 only. And if we do 1000 and then sum up, it is near to whatever this number is. But this time we are multiplying. So this 8 will multiply by 4 to itself. 8 will sum up to by itself by 4 times. So the total would be 32. 8 into 4 is 32. Okay. So that means this 4 is also contributing to the final calculation. Do you understand?
So n equal to 32.
N equal to 32. Okay. Let us do that. Let's suppose if we have n equal to 32. So that means this would be 32 to the power 3. I don't know how to calculate, like we can calculate from calculator, but I don't know the number. This is
No, I
32
think
to
he
the
was
power 2.
asking whether 32 was n.
Okay. No. 32 was not n. 32 is the final time complexity for us, because we just multiplied here.
Sir, can you go to up a little bit? Zoom out and can you go to up?
This much, or you want
previous one? Want to know the somewhere? Oh, here it is the plus. Okay.
Yes. Here it is plus. So what is happening here? So the number, when the number goes higher and higher, the smaller number does not contribute much to the final calculation. But if it is multiplication, the smaller number also contribute to the final calculation. Make sense?
Yes,
so that is why, when let's suppose like the bigger number we take up till now is 1000 only, because in general it is more higher. But even if it is 1000, it is multiplication. Even this 1000 to the power 2 is also contributing to get to this number. So that is why we cannot ignore this time. So we say final it is n to the power 5. Like we just sum these up, because even in the example you can see 8 into 4 is what? 32, which is 2 to the power 5, which is nothing but 2 to the power 3 plus 2 to the power 2. Okay, so let me give you one more MCQ to make sure that you guys have understood this. It is there.
Sir, please inform MCQ is live or not.
MCQ what?
MCQ is live or not after your.
Yeah, I just say that MCQ is live. Please attempt.
Sir. Intimate, sir, every time.
Okay, sure.
Because someone have internet issue, then that time it will require to refresh the page.
Okay, sure. Thank you. Yeah. 18 attempted. This should be easy, guys.
How many classes of time complexity do we have?
We have one class only today. And if you have some doubt, obviously we will do that.
Okay.
We will do mostly all the doubts on Saturday, same time. And
today is all about time complexity, right?
is today is only about time complexity. And time complexity is something which, even after every program or writing anything, we will just quickly see how much time complexity for that program is. So
Which
yeah,
is
24 attempted, I see. Yeah. I see 87% correct. So mostly it is you guys are getting, but still I see some people have written order of x to the power 7. Okay, let us see the example. What I gave. Okay, let us understand this also from the same example. Let's say we have x is equal to 2. So what would be the x to the power 7? 2 to the power 7. And then this is multiplication 2 to the power 2. So the final would be basically this also we need to, so 2 to the power 2 is 4. So this we need to multiply it with 4 to get the final answer, right?
Yes.
We cannot simply say that it is 2 to the power 7 because it is a multiplication. We cannot ignore it. This number will also be participated in the final calculation. So it will be 2 to the power 7 plus 2, which is 2 to the power 9. Okay. I think it is 512. Okay. But yeah, this calculation and all you don't have to do. Just remember that you need to sum when there is a multiplication. And why you have to sum, that I have explained you, because the other part also takes part in the final calculation. That is why you have to sum up. Okay.
So in real coding challenges, we'll come across only variables.
Now we are going to real coding challenge only. So from now on, you just got all the concepts and everything from time complexity. Now we will just talk about the real examples.
Okay.
Sir,
Okay.
when will get this type of situation?
What kind of, your voice is not clear. What kind of situation?
The n into n.
N into n. Okay, I will take the example. Let us go. So I will write it because it will be clear for you guys. I think this you guys also telling me. Okay. Make sense? Or should I type? Should I?
Govind bro, please
Mute
silent
yourself, guys. Okay, now I got mute all. Yeah. So okay, I think it is okay. So what will be the time complexity for this one? Just quickly tell me.
1.
Order of 1. Very good, because it is constant. This is running one time. This is also running one time. So it is constant order of 1. No issues. It is perfectly fine. Now let's suppose we extend this program to, let's say I write one more for I in range n. I say print hello. Now what would be the time complexity in this case?
In order of n.
Yes.
Order of n. Order of n. Now this whole is a complete single program only, right? Even then also it will be order of 1 plus order of n, and the final would be order of n, because we can ignore the constant. So all of these single statement we can directly ignore. Just focus on the loops or recursion. We will learn what is recursion later. Make sense? Everybody understood? I'll give you one more MCQ then if you don't understand. Okay. Now let me give one more. Same program only, okay? This all is same program. Now if we do print world, what would be the time complexity now?
Order of n square.
N square.
N.
Order of n.
Now there are multiple opinions. So let us think about it.
Sir, it's not nested, right?
No, it is not
nested.
nested. It is not
It is
nested.
not nested.
Sir, n
Okay.
plus
It is
n,
a
I
separate
also
loop.
see n.
Order of n only.
Then it is n.
Yes. So what? So just for others also to understand, this is order of 1 up to only these two statement. It is order of n. Now this two statement, what would be order of n?
N plus n.
Only these two statement, and next these two statement also order of n. Same program which I also. So this would be what? Order of n plus n is 2n. Correct?
Yes.
But we can ignore the constant. So that is the final answer, right? Everybody with me?
Yes.
Yes.
Take it as yes. Let me take another program. I think now it is clear for you because I'm not like it's not my touch screen which is getting the problem. Okay. Let us take another example. Should I give you? Okay, it is already 46, so no, like I'll give you one last MCQ at the end. Before that, let us understand one more thing, which would be what happens if this program is like this.
Nested, right, sir?
Yes.
Yes, nested it's.
What would be?
Order of n square.
Yes.
Others also, do you agree to this or any other opinion? We can.
Order of n power n.
I agree.
We agree.
I agree.
Agree to n square and not agree also some of the people. Okay, just a little bit of explanation. So for I value 0, this j will run up to 0 to n minus 1, basically n times. Okay, so there are two things, one is I, one is j. So I value 0, j is running n time. I value 1, j is running n time. I value 2, running n time, up to I value n, j is running n time. Correct?
Yes.
So we will add all these up because we were adding n plus n no 2 times. We will add this n plus, I will not multiply because you will get confused. N plus n up to n times. So this is basically n into n, which is order of n square. Correct?
Don't we consider the print statement?
Very good question, but okay. Why we ignored this print statement? Because this all we have calculated, this is order of 1, which is constant. Right?
Okay.
But if in any program, if there are some variables involved, we can ignore the constant because the variable can be anything. That's why we just ignore the print and the input statement because those will take very less time compared to these execution of these statement.
All right.
Makes sense? That is why,
Yeah.
so from now on, we will not focus on the constant statement. In any even bigger program also, we will just ignore the constant statement. We will just focus on variable statement. Okay. Same logic to ignoring the constant. Okay, one quick question. What would be the time complexity of order of let's suppose n to the power 0 plus n to the power 1 plus n to the power n to the power 2 plus n to the power some x minus 1 plus n to the power x. What would be the final time complexity for this?
N to the power of x.
Very quick, very good. Anybody else? Any other?
Same, sir. Same.
Same. And the reason is because n to the power x can be anything and it will be always bigger than these, all of these, and so that we can ignore anything like that. So it will be whatever the final biggest power is there available at the time of that variable, that would be the final answer. So it would be order of n to the power of x. So we are pretty good. If you understood
let's have a doubt on this. So there is a variable x in here. What if it clashes with another variable k, or like say n to the power of x?
Then we take both of them. If you don't know, then we take both of them. Then we will say order of n to the power x plus on n to the
plus
power
n to the
k.
power of. All right.
If it is plus, then we okay. So just to explain you more, if it is plus, I know we are running a little bit over time, but I'll try to finish by 11:10 only on the lecture. And yeah, because we are taking all the doubts also in between. Order of n to the power x, and you said an order of n to the power k also.
Yeah.
Because both are variables, so this would be our final answer. We don't have to more rectify it. This is the final answer.
Right.
But what happens if it is order of n to the power x into order of n to the power k?
Xk.
N to the power?
Xk.
Kx.
X plus k.
X plus k.
Yeah.
ठीक है?
So can you check your chat?
Yep. Linear search or is binary also? Who Imtiaz, can you ask me this question directly? Like I don't.
So my question is, order of 1 is only for the linear search, or is it for binary too?
So that is best case you wanted to ask, right? If you are searching first number in the array, right? Or you wanted to mean something else?
No.
So let us not confuse other class with the going deeper into binary search, but I will tell you order of 1 can also be possible in binary search, because in binary search we start searching from middle of the element. If there we found our whatever we wanted to search, so that means that is order of 1.
Okay.
But that is the best case time complexity. We don't focus on best case time complexity. We focus only on worst case time complexity. So now let me give you one more example, guys.
Sir,
So
these are the examples for the worst case complexity, right?
Everything is worst case only. That just for the concept I told you what is best case.
Okay.
Now let us take one more program, which is, let's suppose, you know, while loop also, right? People should know. इसको थोड़ा बड़ा करते हैं. Let's suppose while less than n. I am giving the tab, that means the loop is inside this. let's suppose I'm printing I, but for while what I'm doing is I is equal to
I
I
plus 1.
into 2.
I into 2.
Generally we do I plus 1, I know, and I know that you guys know that now. What will happen in this case? How many times this will execute?
Order of
Infinite.
Half of
Infinite? Why infinite? Okay, let's take y. Let's suppose
we have not mentioned the n value. Like
n can be a variable, no? We need to give the answer in terms of n, like it is order of n or n square or what it is. So n is always a variable.
Then it's order of n.
So even, so to answer your question that n is not mentioned, if we do I is equal to I plus 1, then also n is not mentioned, but we say that, okay, the complexity is order of n, right? We have learned that much.
the
Okay,
same
now let us take it with one example. Let's suppose n is 8. What would be I? So I in starting I value would be 1. Agree? Then 1 is less than 8. We are correct. We will print I 1 and then we will say I is equal to I into 2. So I value would be 2 now. Agree?
Okay. So it might be log n, I think.
Now to make it more clear to everyone also, it might be correct log n, it might not be correct. It can be n square, it can be anything. So let us go step by step. So now next time n value is 8, I is still less than 8. So it will run again. So now I will be 2 into 2, which is 4. So next time also it will run. Now I has become 8. Now it will compare. It will say that 8 is less than 8. That is false. So it will come out of loop and the final program will finish. Correct? So how many times the program has run?
4 times.
4 times.
4 times. Actually, yeah, 4 times. But even if the n is something else also, then it runs at n plus 1 time. But yeah, it's okay. We'll say 4 times. Let's suppose n value is 10. Then
5
let
times.
us, how many times?
5 times.
4 times.
5 times. Let's suppose what would be I in this case? We will take this example in very slow manner. Okay, we'll take it slowly. We'll understand everything. So now I will be what? I value would be 1 again. It is smaller. 2 it is smaller. 4 it is smaller. 8 also it is smaller. So again, but next time it will be 16, which is larger. So it will not run. It will run only 4 times. Understand?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
4 times only it will run. Next, let's suppose, so it will run until n value increases more than 16. It will be 4 only, you understand?
Sir, what about last case? There would be that, I think there would be 3 times.
3 or 4 we can actually ignore. Why? I will tell you. That is why I did not bother about how many times it is. If it is 3, it is very easy to understand for you people. So let us let me also see how many times it will run. Let's suppose I is 1, then it will run. Okay. So for 1 it ran, then 2. Okay, 8 it will not run actually. It will run 3 times only. You are correct, whoever it is. So why? Okay, is everybody also with me, or I'll tell you why it will not run. Suppose if I is value is 8, then this condition will false. No, condition will fail. So it will not run at this position. It will run only 3 times.
It's less than equal, then it will be 4 times.
Yes, then it will be 4 times. You are perfectly correct. And in this case also it would be 3 times only. Oh, sorry, 4 times now. Because it is 10.
Yes.
Okay. So if it will be 4 up till 16, you guys agree with me? From 17, it will be 5.
Yes.
Okay. So till 16, the execution would be 4 only. After that, the number would be 32 because it is multiplication by 2. So it will be power in terms of power of 2 only. So see, this is 2 power 3, this is 2 power 4, and we get the answer as 4. If it is 2 power 3, we got the answer as 3. Do you guys with me? If it is 32, then the program will run 5 times. So it will run 1, then 2, then 4. Okay, then 8,
16.
then 16 or 32, it will fail. So total how many? 5 times. So it is running up to 2 to the power 5. So now let us combine everything together, what we have learned here. So remember, I told you one definition of log. If you remember that, what was that? If a to the power b is equal to c, that means log base a, c it is equal to b. That is the definition of log. Understand?
Yes.
So what it basically means that if 2 to the power 3 is 8, so log of 8 would be 3. Base is 2 only. I will not mention it every time. I told you this is, I don't know why it doesn't work. Okay, so log of 8 is 3 only, base is 2. I will not mention from next time. Understand? So for value 8, it ran for 3 times. For 16, it ran for 4 times. So what would be log of 16? 4. Agree?
Yes.
For 32, it ran 5 times. So what would be log of 32? Would be 5. Agree?
Yes.
Yeah.
So finally, if the number is n, this is 32, the n was 32 in this case. Okay, the n was 32 here. This was our n. So if n number is n, so what is coming in this case? This would be log of whatever the number, it would be log of n. Do you agree with me?
So one more time, that one, log of n.
Okay, so in simple terms, we have explained that if n value is 8, this case, see here, if n value is 8, the program is running 3 times. If n value was 16, the program was running 4 times. If n value was 32, the program was running 5 times. Agree?
Yes, sir.
And this is basically nothing but log of this value. Whatever this is, log base 2 is this value. So log of 32 is 5, log of 16 is 4, log of 8 is 3. So that is why if the number n is n, so the answer would be log of n. So n can be
Okay,
anything.
sir. Okay, got it, sir. Got it.
N can be anything, right? I told you n can be anything. The answer would be log of n.
So the application of log happens only because of the condition I is equal to I into 2,
into
right?
2, correct.
So
Basically,
if
in
it,
simple terms, I'll maybe let me complete this one, then I'll answer your question. So basically, in simple terms, every time you don't have to calculate like this, that okay, what is n value, what is and all. In simple terms, what you can do is, if the loop is going like this, either it is multiplied by 2, okay, I is multiplication by 2, or I is equal to I divide by 2. Basically, if loop is running in this speed, whether it is multiplying by 2 or it is divided by 2, we will say that time complexity is log of n. Now you can ask your question.
But how can that be in division like I by 2? Is that a valid case?
Yeah, valid case. So I by 2 can be valid, no? If the program is something like, let's say I do, yeah, let's say I do this as 32 and I say I is greater than n, and I can say that I is I by 2. So
We
now
are
it will be
reducing it.
32, then it will be 16. It is still better, more than n.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically I can start like it can be I by 2, it can be I into 2, whatever it is. It can be anything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this
So
time
if
it
it
will
is,
not directly dependent on the value of n, because n has to be lesser now. But you got my point, right? If it is I, if in that case the program will be drastically decreasing in that manner that okay, it is divided by 2. So the next time
okay.
what would be? Yeah, go ahead. Any question?
Yeah, the base would still be 2, right, for log?
Base is always 2 only. Log, you just forget about base. The calculation of base, you just forget about that. So base would be that only. We will not talk about any other base.
No, I mean, there we can do it like I is equal to I into 3 as well, right? I can change the base.
Yeah. That is correct. Then it will be log base 3.
So here, for I into 2, it is log n, and for I divided by 2, it shouldn't be like log 1 by n or something, or does it same? Or is it same?
No, it would be log base 2 only. Why? Because we are doing I by 2. If we do I by 3, then it would be log base 3.
No, I'm not changing the base here. Let's keep it as 2.
Okay.
I'm saying that with respect to the operation, multiplication and division, with multiplication, it is log n. For division, shouldn't the expression change it to like log into 1 by n or something? Or does it does it stay same as log n?
It is still log n only. The total number of steps will be decreasing in the same manner, because let's suppose this is 32 and same program. So what will happen that first i's value would be, I'll write here. So first I value would be 32. Then what would be i's value? 16. In next step, what would be 8? Similar manner it is decreasing, right? So the total
We're
number of
going
steps.
the reverse order.
It's running same amount of time.
Yeah, the reverse.
The total number of steps are same only. It would run up to 5 times only. So that is 2 to the power 5. This is basically log n only. So we in complex time complexity, we just need to calculate the total number of steps.
Got it.
Yeah. Okay, we are done with log as well. I think that is end of the lecture. So this is important. You just understand this in the end. If it is multiplication by this term, or if it is division by 2, then it will be log of base that. So in general, it will be by 2 only. It can be anything also. It like the base can be 3 also, base can be 10 also, if this number is divided by 10, if this number is multiplied by 10, and so on. Okay, let us do a quick MCQ.
So if nothing is written, it is default as 2, and if it is written as something, then that is the base.
Sorry,
Right,
come
for
again.
log. No, if nothing is written in the base with log, it is 2.
Yeah,
the
then
base
it is
would be
base
2.
Base 2.
And if it is written something else, then that would be the base.
Yeah, and if you also have to write something else, you wanted to say something else base, you have to write it specifically. If you don't write, the interviewer or whatever the examiner will assume it as the base 2.
Got it.
Okay.
Sir, but by default it is 10 or E something in base.
Yeah, that is different world. In programming world, you say by default it is base 2. If you are doing some mathematical equation, then it is base 3. Okay, let me quickly write a program so that you can find the time complexity for that. For I
Sir, you are giving us MCQ.
I am giving you MCQ.
You can actually see the screen.
Which screen you can see?
The MCQ screen.
I don't see it.
No, sir.
No,
It's
just give it.
whiteboard.
I think
Are
Ronald
you
is
guys
joking.
I don't know. I have shared only the whiteboard. So ideally it shouldn't be. If it is some Zoom's issue, then I don't know. MCQ is up, guys. You have a look.
Sir, battery is about to die, man.
We are about to end only. I'll just explain the answer of this MCQ within 2-3 minutes. Or you can bring the charger. Or you are telling about my battery.
Sir, my battery.
Okay. Because
My
mine is also about to die, and that is always there.
Sir, till then, can you please create attendance?
Okay. Okay, to create attendance, I need to provide next lecture topic. Space complexity.
सर आप उप्स के बारे में क्लासेस हो गए?
We will take it at the end. After finishing the DSA things, we will take it at the end.
So are we done with time complexity? That's it?
Yeah, we are done. Maybe you guys need to solve a couple of questions. I will give you in the coding challenge or the assignment or somewhere. And if you have any doubt, we will take the doubts in the Saturday session.
All right.
Sir, are you gave example of n into n case?
It can be in the challenges. Do you want me to give? Successfully added lecture reading material. Is the attendance part created? Do you guys see it?
Sir, it's asking next lecture links. Sir. Next lecture topic links.
Yes,
No,
sir, I can see it.
Okay, you can mark your attendance, right?
Yes, it has been created. We're marking it.
Okay, got it. So yeah, I got the answer of this also. So let me just explain you this also a bit. Hope you guys haven't played with me and seeing my screen to give the right answer. Okay, so binary search, little bit I gave you an idea. What binary search does is it starts from the middle to search for that element. Okay. If it is not there, it will go either on the left side or on the right side. So in simple terms, if I would say, if I represent in there some loop condition, it is doing every time I is equal to I by 2. Is it doing? Because it is dividing by half. The number can be anything. Okay. It is dividing by half. So it is dividing by half. We have learned it that the time complexity would be log n. Is that correct?
I didn't get it. I mean, there are two, right? Linear and binary. So in binary, it would be log n. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, I am explaining only the binary part. So
Okay,
binary, what we do, am I audible, right?
Yes, you're audible.
So binary, what we do is we search in the middle of the array. We go to the middle index, which is start index plus, start plus end divided by 2. We go to that index and we search the element. If it is found, then fine. Otherwise, we'll go to the left or to the right. So basically, we are dividing all the array by half.
Okay.
We are doing the half, right? So basically, it is similar to I is equal to I by 2.
Okay.
And we have learned that if it is I by 2 or I into 2, the complexity would be log n.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, guys. So that would be for today's class. I hope you guys have marked your attendance. Anything else that I need to do?
Just out of topic, I mean, I believe we haven't talked about linear. So if it is linear, it would be I is equal to I then.
I is equal to I. No. That, I mean, you don't say in this term. This is just to explanation why it is log n. It
No,
is
I
similar
understood
to
that binary, we bisect it and we divide it into 2. So that is why it's by 2 and we get log n.
Yeah. In
So
linear.
with respect to linear. Yeah.
In linear,
respect to
basically
linear,
you search each element.
Okay.
You go up to end. So this is basically n.
Okay.
So your array will run completely. So the number of steps, the number of statements would run in that program in worst case would be n. So that is why it is order of n.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
So basically, I is equal to I plus 1 hoga.
Yes.
Sir, can we leave now?
Huh?
Can I leave now?
Yeah, you can leave. You can leave. Even I'll end the class. Thank you, guys.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, please. People who want to leave can leave, and maybe 1 or 2 questions I'll take.
सर एक टाइम कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी है और सिर्फ इसका कॉन्सेप्ट इसलिए आया कि हम जो प्रोग्राम बनाते हैं उसमें कितना स्टेप्स है जानने के लिए, राइट?
हाँ, program, which one is better? So to compare two programs,
which one is better?
Which one is better? Two algorithm basically.
Okay,
so basically this linear search, it can be written in Python, it can be written in C++, Java or anything. But algorithm means simple words which are single program, like single language only. There is no different languages for algorithms. So that is why we say time complexity is for algorithms, not for program.
Okay. Okay, मतलब जो algorithm है उसको find मतलब एक compare करता है बस.
Correct.
Okay, और इसमें हमने यूज किया अभी वर्स्ट केस और ये उसमें क्या है सर? वर्स्ट केस, सब बेस्ट केस, वो क्या होता है सर? In short,
best case in short ये होता है कि suppose in linear search or in any, let's take the example of linear search only. You are searching for, let's suppose, first element only. then your output can your program can return your output in very like one statement only, right? Right. So that basically depends on your input. So linear search means you need to give two input. One is the length of the array, which is n, and the number which you need to find.
Yes, sir.
That is, suppose some k, you need to find some k number. So if k is 1 only, then linear search is better than binary search.
Okay.
But if your k number is, let's suppose 8, or let's suppose it is near to n, then linear search needs to search from starting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, n to up to whatever number. But binary search will divide directly and will say, okay, these many numbers I'll just ignore because these are lesser than that.
Okay. तो मतलब मुझे अभी समझ में नहीं आया कि बेस्ट और वर्स्ट में मतलब क्या वर्स्ट केस में हम बाइनरी यूज करते हैं वो ठीक है, मगर बेस्ट केस में हम क्या करते हैं?
वर्स्ट केस में बाइनरी यूज करते हैं, बट ओके, यू गॉट द व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ बेस्ट केस एंड वर्स्ट केस. वर्स्ट केस मीनिंग मींस it is given on any input. If the input is given 1, then the best case time complexity is order of 1 only.
Okay. जो सिंगल स्टेप होता है वो फर्स्ट केस होता है.
जरूरी नहीं है वो सिंगल हो, it can be 2, 3, but it is like the best one, the best possible in that scenario.
Okay, जो कम स्टेप्स होते हैं.
वेरिएबल मतलब 1 हुआ तो वो बेस्ट केस है ना सर?
बेस्ट केस है. बट अगर वेरिएबल कुछ भी दिया तो it will be up to n. The linear search can go up to n. No, last number we need to search. So we need to think about worst case only, and that only we need to tell in interview, like in anywhere. So अभी अगर कोई पूछेगा कि what is the time complexity, so don't think about best case, just only think about what worst this program can run up to.
Okay सर, यहाँ पे आपने एक प्रोग्राम लिखा था इनपुट और ये जो टाइप किया था आपने.
Yes. Which one? ये वाला.
हाँ, समझो यही है. ओके. अगर मुझे इंटरव्यू पूछता है इसमें वर्स्ट मतलब टाइम कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी क्या है, तो मुझे n इज इक्वल टू इनपुट उसको बताना है, नहीं बताना है, डायरेक्ट हमको जाना है लूप में.
दैट इज सिंगल कांस्टेंट.
हमको डायरेक्ट जाना है लूप के ऊपर. ओके. और जो लूप में जो आता है प्रोडक्ट लास्ट में उसको ही बताना है.
करेक्ट. लूप और रिकर्शन भी एक पढ़ेंगे, वो दोनों पे फोकस करना है.
Okay, बस उतना करने से हो जाएगा.
That's all you need to do. But loop you need to figure out if it is nested or if it is single or like linear, or what is the it's parallel or what it is. You need to figure out that.
Okay, अगर nested है तो हम multiplication यूज करते हैं, अगर सिंगल है तो प्लस यूज करते हैं, addition.
Yes. चलो, okay guys, we'll end today's session. Attendance, I hope you guys have marked. So okay.
Sir, एक लास्ट चीज है.
Yes.
सर आपका थोड़ा ओपिनियन चाहिए था थोड़ा कोड पे. मैं आपको भेज दूंगा, आपको जब भी टाइम मिले आप देख के एक बार बताइए कि अप्रोच ठीक है या नहीं.
Okay. What code it is?
It's one of the sample problems given by Ateneo only.
Okay. No.
Yeah, आप just देख लो सर, आप कुछ भी आपको जब भी टाइम मिले just see.
Or if it is related to the topic, we can discuss on Saturday so that everybody will also listen.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. Okay then. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you sir.
Thank you sir. Good night.